at the base of the pyramid, you have your baseline tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity. These are great starting points and extremely powerful tools. Anything that is not domain specific, right? You should be using these a lot. If you haven't started yet, start using them for emails, start using them for drafts, proposals, getting information from documents, all kinds of different use cases that are very generic in nature, but are big time sinks for you, right? See if you can noticeably improve or increase productivity there. If you're a business owner for your employees, that will have to come top down. And if you are an employee, then you should be leveraging it, and your boss should be impressed by how quickly you're able to get stuff done. Uh, and you have tailwinds here, right? And so OpenAI, Anthropic, these are companies funded with double-digit billions every year, and they're happy to burn it. And so they subsidize the best technology that humans have created for you on a daily basis. And they have new stuff coming out all the time. So these capabilities will keep getting better. And the most important thing is that if you tried ChatGPT last year and you asked it for something and you're like, this response is pretty bad, I can't really use it, it's not helpful. Try it again today, try it again next week, because these things are continuing to get better. And you want to position yourself with a surfboard when the wave comes. You don't want to try to get there when everything is ready and everything is done. You want to build an intuition for these tools. So on the left here, we'll talk a little bit about businesses, and on the right, professionals, so how you guys should think about it. The first point is common. So if you are a business, you need to hire professionals who are AI first and AI native and comfortable with it and bullish on it. And if you are a professional, you need to work at a business that is AI first, bullish on AI, and pushing AI for all of their employees, right? And if you don't fall into either of these camps, it's probably going to be trouble down the line, right? So the same advice to both of you, just tailored slightly differently, right? And now for businesses and domain specific stuff, I would say, try out tools, pilot tools that innovative young companies are building in your industry. And you don't have to invest too much into it. Do small trials with small groups at your company, have them try it out, and see how it helps out. Just understand what that delta might look like, right? And then red flags, like what a lot of companies, what they might do is, hire some large consulting firm, invest a ton of money into building some AI chatbot that nobody's using. Uh, the problem with this approach is that AI moves really fast. So by the time you've invested your $5 million into some initiative at your firm, the AI models itself have gotten so good that it renders that initiative obsolete. And you don't need to be an unsophisticated firm to make this mistake. I'll give you an example of Bloomberg, right? Bloomberg is one of the world's best technological and financial service organizations, right? And so what Michael Bloomberg has built is phenomenal. But Bloomberg, in back in the Chat GPT launch days, built something called Bloomberg GPT, right? And they invested tens and hundreds of millions of dollars training this Bloomberg GPT model. And you'd think, wow, that's going to turn out really great. Bloomberg has the best data advantages in the world. They have all financial data. They have the distribution already. This should all work out great, right? But then this was when ChatGPT 3.5 was out. And then ChatGPT 4 came out. And without any of that proprietary data, just by being a better model, it was beating that $100 million invested Bloomberg GPT model. And they eventually had to sunset it because there was no point, right? All the specialization, all of the talent, the hard work, the time that went into it was eventually really not worth it. And so rather than these really large, overblown, firm overhaul projects, I would say, start with smaller domain specific stuff in small teams, empower the young people at your organizations, and just have them start using stuff. Uh, as for professionals, prompting, right? And so in your performance reviews, whatever it might be, communication skills is something that is emphasized a lot. Right? Communication skills was all about how you communicate with employees, with your seniors, with your juniors. How do you get work done? How do you manage people? uh, but very soon it's going to become about prompting, right? Till today it's been about interacting with people, but now it's going to be about interacting with models, how you talk to these models. When you have AI agents doing your work for you, your communication skills are your ability to prompt, and the outputs will correlate directly with how well you do at it. And so the dashboard that we had made, if you were there for that part of the session, the dashboard we made for Wipro, that can be made much better if I spend a lot more time on the prompt and think about how to articulate what I really want, right? And so it's going to be a future of people who win when they can articulate what they want. They are creative. They can explain things in simple to understand manner. And I think for businesses, AI proficiency should be part of performance reviews, right? So if you're doing a quarterly, annual review, whatever it might be, you should ask your employees what they did in the past quarter or year to upskill themselves with AI, and what are some workflows that they've sort of made faster or eliminated, right? So hopefully this is helpful, and it gives you guys a sense of how to prepare for this future. If you have any pointed questions on this for your particular profession, happy to answer it. If you want to hear my thoughts on how we're thinking about a certain space or industry, also happy to answer that. But apart from that, yeah, please put your questions in chat. And otherwise, thank you so much for sitting through the session. Hope you guys found it insightful and helpful, and happy to do more of these in the future, and take it from there, right? I think there's one question in chat around editing the Claude dashboard. The option is there for free users as well. It's obviously limited in amount, and so you can make a certain number of API calls to it. So you can type certain number of chat questions to Claude, after which it will sort of say, okay, for the next 8 hours, cool down. But then you can switch to Chat GPT and Perplexity or DeepSeek or any of these models, right? So to edit the dashboard, all you would have to do is type in English and say, I don't like this chart. Instead of a bar chart, can we see a line chart here? And so again, this comes back to the point of articulation and prompting, right? Do you know exactly what you want and how to ask for it? If you can, really just try asking these models and see what happens, because I promise you that you'll be surprised, right? Again, you know, I see a few comments in chat about this being interesting and informative. Thanks a lot. Hopefully this was useful for all of you. You can reach me on my LinkedIn. That should be Nikhil Sani and Bind at my LinkedIn. And you can also write an email to hello@bind.ai if you are interested in learning more about what we do for the financial services space, right? So I'll give it maybe 30 more seconds for any questions to roll into chat, and then we can wrap this up. All right, cool. I think ET team, we are good to wrap up. And like I said, please reach me on my socials. Happy to connect with all of you and do one of these again at some point in the future. Thank you.